Hey guys, it's Whoopi and welcome back to my channel. Yes. Today we are going to be talking about the things that I have learnt in quarantine, what God taught me and opened my eyes to. And I know that they're gonna sound quite common sensey, but I don't have common sense. But honestly, I'm really excited for you guys to hear these lessons because I think they will help someone. They certainly helped me and are still helping me. So what's going to happen is I'm going to read them off my laptop and then talk deeper into it. I just don't want you to think that I'm completely ignoring the camera. I just have to look at my laptop. So let's begin. Number 1. We can try hard, but we should also accept just us being ourselves is enough, and trying our best is enough too. Now, I am someone who has gone through a lot of thoughts and battling between knowing I'm enough and then overthinking it and being like, well, actually I haven't done enough, therefore I'm not enough, and da 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 da. Overthinking, haha, so fun. But at the end of the day, you are enough, I am enough, and I think we sometimes measure up our achievements and the things that we've done in one day to our valuability, and that's not how it works. You are valuable whether you got out of bed this morning or not. You hold value. Also, if you haven't already, check out my values video if you're feeling a bit undervalued and you just need a pick-me-up. You're welcome. Honestly, you trying hard and doing the best you can each day and giving all that you can that day, whether it's 50% one day and 100 in the other, that is enough. Whether it's 20%, 1%, I don't care. You just trying and you just wanting to grow is already enough, and it shows that you're growing and it shows that you want to grow and become a better person. So don't lose hope and know that you are enough. Just being yourself. Yourself. You are enough. Number 2, things don't have to be perfect to be beautiful or fun. Just existing as they are, messy and all, is enough. Now, I got this lesson while I was playing the guitar. I don't remember what day it was or anything, but I just remember the moment so well. It was sunny. I think it was getting close to sunset time, and I was playing the guitar and I was trying to learn this new song. And I was getting the melody, but it was so messy. My fingers kept tripping over each other. I was getting the words wrong. But I remember there was a moment where I just started laughing and smiling, because even though it was messy, it still kind of sounded like the song, and I was having so much fun. And in that moment, I just felt like God put in my heart that it's it literally can be beautiful even if you messed up, even if the song is crap, even if you've got the lyrics wrong, it can still be beautiful. So whatever you do, even if it seems like it's a messy process, it's still beautiful. Your recovery process, if you're recovering from something, it can be really messy, but it's still a beautiful process, and you can still have fun during that, and you can still find fun in small moments. And I just thought that would be helpful. And I just thought that was amazing, and I really needed that reminder that even if I haven't done something to what I would call my best abilities, it can still be beautiful and it can still be really fun. Number 3, you can coexist with your feelings and be functional and not let them take over your mind. They conflict with you. Now, I think this one was more to do with my anxiety, but also other feelings of reminiscing in the past and where I was last year this time, yada yada yada. But it's so true that you can literally coexist with your feelings and they don't have to overcome you. And yes, they obviously can overwhelm you, but they don't have to control you. So let's say, for example, you have a bad morning, everything in your morning just went to crap, one thing after another went wrong. You slept through your alarm, the shower water was cold, there was no milk left for your cereal, and you were late for work. Let's say, just for example, setting the scene. Now, you're probably going to be feeling very crap, very irritated, very annoyed, and frustrating and wanting the day to end. However, if you take a step back and look at who you are and look at the bigger picture, you realise that it's only one morning, and probably a number of mornings before that have been okay and good. So you know that you can have better mornings in the future, and you know that that doesn't have to reflect your whole entire 24 hours of the day. Like, your afternoon could be popping, your evening divine. Like, you won't know. So don't let your feelings take control of your day, because at the end of the day, it's your day. Oh my gosh, I said at the end of the day. But really, it is your day, and you have power and control over it, and you do have some power over your emotions. Sometimes we don't, but in that example, I feel like you would have some control. Number 4, be grateful for this moment and every moment. Every moment holds a bunch of possibilities, so don't throw them away. Now, I remember I got this from my 30-day yoga challenge. Yoga with Adrian, hit her up, her stuff is good. I think we were in the middle of like a resting stretch pose, and we'd all just taken a deep breath, and she just said, be grateful for this moment and every moment. It holds so many possibilities, and it can lead to so many things, so don't throw those moments away. Like, hold them close to you and appreciate them. And it made me just sit back and think, whoa, actually I feel like I've been taking my moments for granted, like me personally, in the time I was in. And I was like, oh my gosh, wow. Just think about it. Right now, you're in a moment. This moment will never happen again. Like, never happen again. Just pause this video and just take a breath and appreciate the moment you're in. I will be here waiting for you to come back. I just think it'll be such a helpful exercise, because sometimes we get so caught up in our minds and our thoughts and stress that we don't realise that we're in moments that we wished for in the past, or that we're in moments that are amazing. Number 5, it's okay to realign and focus on yourself. It is not selfish, and it does not necessarily breed selfishness. Now, this one was a sticky one for me to grasp and accept, because I'm a person who loves to help people and loves to be there for everyone else, so much so that I don't give enough time for myself, especially if I'm in a rough spot. I feel like in the past I wouldn't give myself as much time as I do now due to learning this, because I also thought, not only did I think, oh no, it doesn't matter, I'm just being a burden, like it's not that bad, but also it's not healthy, and I just thought it was selfish for some reason. Like, I don't know why, but I felt like it was really selfish for me to take time for me to gather myself together and just put myself back together. If that is you right now, it is not selfish. I'm telling you right now, it is not selfish. It is actually self-preservation. It is healthy, and you need it to grow and develop into the person that you are meant to become, okay? Take time away. If you're constantly sad, take time away. If you're exhausted, take time away. If you just need just more time to yourself because you feel like you haven't been with yourself in a long time, take that time. It is so worth it, and it's so enriching and enlightening, and I promise you it will help your soul. When it says it does not necessarily breed selfishness, it's true. It only breeds selfishness when the person becomes so wrapped up in themselves that they stop looking at the environment and the people around them. That's when it becomes selfish. That's when they stop caring about the people around them. They stop caring about the needs of their environment. And I don't mean the world, but you should look after the world. Recycle. I just mean the environment that they live in and work in. Number 6, the more you look for external validation in something, the less satisfaction you gain and the less content you'll be. Validation comes from within and from God. This is so true, and yes, I'm clapping because it needs to be heard. Like, it's so true. The more validation you put in someone else, or the more validation you seek for, but in something else, the less happy you'll be. Because when you gain it, you'll feel empty still, because it's not feeding your soul. It's not feeding anything. It's really not feeding anything. Like 100%. You might feel like, oh no, but it is. Think about it. When you're laying in bed at night and you're staring up at the ceiling because you can't sleep, it's because your soul isn't fed. It's because your soul's not happy. True happiness comes from within. Like, it starts from within. You can get true happiness from other things, but where it starts is from you. It starts inside you, and I cannot stress it enough. Like, there's something so special when you realize that you have happiness within you and you have contentment within yourself. Like, you don't need anyone else to find that happiness. I think there's something beautiful about finding that out about yourself, but also when you feel it, it's it's such a good feeling. It's just a good vibe. I know that this particular lesson is a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people, but it's so true. And I can't even remember where I was looking for validation. I think maybe it was being useful, being needed, but eventually I was like, I don't even feel happy when, like, someone needed me. I didn't even feel happy, and I was like, bro, let's take a step back and have a chat with God. And I prayed and I spent time with God, and I was like, look, God, can you help me out here, because I'm not hitting anything. And I remember, because I kept praying every day, like, just teach me something new. And I can't even remember, I think I was sitting on the floor, as I do, doing nothing, and it just hit me, and I was like, oof, yeah, I need to check myself. And now I can say, like, 2 or 3 months later, that it was the best thing I ever did, just talking to God about it, bringing it to Him. Now I feel happiness within. Like, I feel happy doing things that I love and not feeling like I need to prove myself to anyone, or I need to validate myself through someone else or through something else. Like, I feel validated on my own. 7. The moon teaches us that there are phases to life, just like there's phases to the moon. We will reach our fullness, and sometimes we're emptier, but we are still enough and beautiful at every single stage. Now, I am an English lit student, so I love this whole, like, metaphorical and, like, you know, all that poetic and lovely imagery. That is my type of thing. So when I saw this one about the moon, I was like, yes, that is from me. It's such a good metaphor as well, though, because we all go through phases of life, whether you're talking about biological, whether you mean from birth to being a toddler, to growing up to be a child, to going through puberty and then becoming, like, an adult and yada yada yada. Or it could mean, like, you know, primary school, high school, university, or adulthood, and how you learn to do different things and how you grow as a person. Sometimes in some phases we're so fulfilled and we've reached the maximum capacity we can in that phase, while other times we may reach half of it and be empty, half empty, and then move on to a different phase, but then come back to that one to fulfill it and basically complete that phase of life. Like, there's no set way to go through life, and there's no set way to go through each phase of life, because we all grow up differently and have different backgrounds and different stories, and that's great. And I just want people to know that that's acceptable. Like, if you never finished a phase of life and it's coming back to hit you now, that's okay. It's just about you growing, and it's just about you helping younger you get through whatever you need to go through now, or older you get through what you're going through now, because it will help you in the future. Does that make sense? Number 8. You need to learn and remember that you are your best cheerleader. You are your best hype woman or man or person, whoever you identify yourself as. The best person to hype yourself up is you. You're a queen. Believe it. Now, obviously, it would say king or your royalty, but this was kind of personal, so I said queen. Now, this I think is so true. I mean, they're all true, but I feel like this one needs to be shouted from the rooftops and said for the people in the back, because you really have to have your own back first. 100%. You are going to be doing the most picking up of yourself, hands down, in your life. Whether it be from your bed to get your ass to work, or to school, or to uni, or from a setback, or from a breakup, or a friendship breakup, which is way worse, 100%, or just from things that you thought were gonna go in a completely different direction and everything falls apart. You are gonna have to have your back the most. And you are your best cheerleader. Like, you are your best hype woman because you know yourself the best. I literally, sometimes I'll just go and stand in front of my mirror, or I'll be walking around my house and just start talking to myself as if I don't know myself, but I know myself at the same time. Like, I'll be like, yeah, girl, your legs, they are divine. Like, girl, what did you do to your face today? It be glowing, it be shining. Oh, girl, I love your hair today. And then I'll be like, oh, thank you, you know? It helps me so much because it makes me realize that I am enough and I'm hella cute, so I should own it. Now, obviously, not every day is the same, and some days I'm like, ugh, you look disgusting. But the fact that I'm even trying to be positive on the days where I can be is already a good sign, and it's a good thing. So remember that you are your best hype woman or man or person, and you can do anything if you've got your back. Number 9. You don't have to show anyone anything to be proud of yourself. You being proud of you is already an achievement and a big deal. Now, this one, this kind of links with the external validation one, but this one had to be put in itself, like on its own stand, on its own pedestal, because there are so many times when we as humans feel like we need to prove ourselves to someone. Who? Literally, who? No one is living our life except us. Just because someone else suddenly puts an input, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter at all. They have not lived your life. They have not walked in your footsteps. They don't know who you are 100%. Like, we can all know each other to an extent, but we don't know like every in and out, every flaw, every quirk. It's so true. At the end of the day, as long as you are happy and as long as you're proud of yourself, that is enough. That is literally enough. And yeah, it is really nice to have other people proud of you as well, and it's good to be supportive of other people when they've done stuff. Don't get me wrong, like, I love supporting my friends and I love supporting people even if I don't know them that well, if they've done something that they're proud of. But I don't think that you should be doing stuff for praise from other people. I think you should be doing stuff that makes you happy and that makes you feel like you've worked hard to earn whatever achievement you were trying to gain. Like, the fact that you're even proud of yourself at the end of whatever it is enough. That's a big deal. Like, the fact that you're like, go me, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a thriving human being. Just look at Beyonce, okay? She's happy to say when she's proud of herself, and I know, yeah, because she's Beyonce, but I mean, she's human as well. Like, just look at Beyonce, that's what I do. Number 10, your feelings don't control you, you control them. Try to remember that. Now, hold up. I know I said before about coexisting with feelings and being overwhelmed and controlled and all that, but I feel like this point is similar but different, because we as humans can control our emotions, can put a lid on our emotions, let's say. So if I'm super excited about something, like I just got the best news ever but I was in the library, I'm not going to start screaming my head off in the library. Or if I start getting myself worked up about something and I was just stressing and just blurting out absolute random crap, I would either have someone tell me like, Whoopi, breathe, or I'd have to like realize and clock in myself like, whoa, I'm getting worked up for nothing. And I know that this is something that's really hard to hone and learn and train yourself to do, but I do think it's worth looking into, especially if you're an overthinker like me, who gets in their head way too often and then starts freaking out for no reason when the scenario didn't actually happen in the first place, and you just waste your time thinking about something that didn't even happen. And that's the tea. But I do think that training yourself or finding coping mechanisms for when you feel certain emotions that trigger like big responses that don't benefit you is really helpful, and it's just good for your awareness anyway, because then you can talk to your friends or people around you that care about you to be like, oh look, this, when I do this, can you just take me aside and sit me down and tell me so and so and so, or can you remind me to do this exercise if you see me getting worked up about so and so. Well, that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed my quarantine lessons. I hope they informed you and taught you something new that you didn't know, and I hope that they helped you out in some way, because I found them really helpful, so I'm guessing someone else will. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to our community, welcome, hello, subscribe, because it would really mean a lot to me. But also, if you like this video, you're gonna like the rest of my content, because it's pretty much the same fantastic, brilliant, show-stopping, amazing, incredible,
brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique
content. Anyway, I hope you have a good rest of your week, and see you next week. Bye.